Okay? And he was already, his complexion was pale, he was perspiring in sweat, and obviously in pain. But he resolutely decided to stay in competition, and with his leg completely braced, he prepared to participate in the rings event. And after later, when he was interviewed, he said, there was only one thing to do, that I must forget the pain. So as he was hobbling on to the rings, he grabbed the rings, and he performed a near flawless routine, hitting every element with very few, even minor visible errors and deductions. And as everyone was waiting in breath for his final dismount, which would have to be perfect to secure the team gold medal, the question in everybody's mind was, how could a gymnast with a broken kneecap possibly withstand the pain, the strain, the impact of a world-class dismount from 8 feet high? When he left the rings, it seems as if the entire sequence proceeded in slow motion. He somersaulted through the air and completed his brilliant routine to the amazement of everyone, sticking his landing and never moving an inch, in spite of the excruciating pain from the impact, which caused more injury, dislocating the broken kneecap and tearing ligaments in his leg. So he gritted his teeth, holding his landing position without waver. Fujimoto willed himself into the traditional finish pose. Cheers erupted for his heroic performance of courage and the Olympic gold medal Fujimoto and his teammates earned. Now, question. Does anyone here know this event? Probably not. Probably those who know this event 10, 20 years from now will never know who Fujimoto is. Of course, his story was a story of inspiration to many younger people who would follow him. But the point I'm making is this: if a man would do such an exercise to discipline himself, to not think of the pain and to be focused on the goal, to win that Olympic gold medal, which is, if you're curious how much an Olympic gold medal is, currently it's about $160. I was thinking it would be much more. Okay? So it's not about the worth of that medal. It's about the prestige and the honor and the pride involved in getting a gold medal. If a person could exercise so much desire to try to win that gold, how much more we? God is giving us a task. And we need a discipline to go on through it, because our reward is not going to fade. It's not going to rust. No one's going to steal it. We will receive that award, and God says, well done, my good and faithful servant. We will win others to Christ if we exercise self-control and discipline. The other thing that he mentioned here in verse, towards the end of his letter in chapter 9, okay, you have your Bibles, in verse 26, he says, 25, however, they do it to receive a perishable crown, but we an imperishable one. 26, therefore I do not run like one who runs aimlessly, or box like one who beats the air. Okay? Instead, I discipline my body and bring it under strict control. If you have the King James Version, okay, what does it say? It says, therefore, so I run as not uncertainly, so fight I as not beating the air, but I buffet my body. Okay? Buffet and bring it into bondage. Okay? Doesn't mean I buffet my body. Doesn't mean you eat for your body. No. It's not an eat all you can eat feast. It means you allow your body to be struck, to be hardened, okay? So that you would discipline it. You would bring your fleshly desires under control of your mind and of your spirit, so that you will not be disqualified, so that you would do everything that is needed, okay, to gain others, to want to desire, to hear your message, and to follow Jesus Christ. That was the Apostle Paul at his best. Like an athlete, we want to be a winner. Not of a temporal award or a trophy that rots away, that nobody will remember. Records, as they said, are meant to be broken. But if athletes subject themselves to strict discipline for the former, how that we, followers of Christ, ought to exercise self-discipline so that we will receive that crown. One more thing, and I'll close. An illustration. Speaking of pressing toward the goal, the cheetah, you know the cheetah? The big cat, right? Is a good example. This big cat can sprint 70 miles per hour. But it cannot sustain that pace for long, since the cat has a relatively small heart, which causes it to tire quickly. Unless the cheetah catches its prey in the first flurry, it must stop the chase. You know, sometimes we Christians seem to have the cheetah's approach to the Christian life and discipleship. We go quickly into some venture with great energy, but lacking the heart for sustained effort, we fizzle out. We lose momentum. We quit before we finish. We vow to start faster and run harder, when what we need may be not more speed, but more staying power, more endurance, more stamina, that only comes from having a bigger heart. Good intentions and a good start, no matter how great, yield nothing unless we allow God to give us the heart to steadfastly press toward the goal. Remember that in a race, everybody runs, but only one person gets the prize. You must also run in such a way that you will win. That means exercising self-denial and self-discipline, self-control, pressing towards the goal, and strong mastery of your body.